I want to get into the Seahawks at number 5 because we have not yet gotten it to there in the draft board yet. And Spencer, if you could throw in the odds for the Seahawks in the West at some point, I would love to get to those. But they're coming off of a really interesting year. So last year, Geno was excellent. In fact, halfway through the season, he played at an MVP level, legitimately. PFF had him as their highest graded quarterback for a major stretch of the season. They are not in the market, I wouldn't think, for a starting quarterback for this year or next year after they re-upped with Geno Smith. But I'm going to tell you right now what would make a lot of sense for me and what I would actually really like. If they could get Anthony Richardson at 5 and they could draft and stash him, and he sits for a year where there's no pressure, and they say right away, I would come out in the first press conference and I would set a tone. I would say, listen, Geno Smith's our starting quarterback. We love Geno. Geno was excellent last year. We paid him for a reason. We think Anthony Richardson's going to be a star. He is not ready.
Husker Nation, now is the time.
Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put him in the aisle.
Diving touchdown, Nebraska.
Does he have enough? Is it long enough? He got it!
It's going to be tipped and caught. It's caught.
How many tackles can one man break? He's to the 20. He's to the 10.
It's ready to go.
All the way. Totally unbelievable.
It's game day in Lincoln, America. And this is the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show.
Check this out.
The A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show brought to you by Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Eustis Body Shop, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Members Own Credit Union, Tipsy T-Nuts, and F Foundation Repair. Get up and get loud, Husker fans. The A1 Automotive Spring Game Show starts now.
Come on.
Good morning from Tipsy Tina. Haymarket 8th and Q. This is the A1 Automotive Spring Game Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. He is Steve Sipple. I am Jake Sorensen. Good morning. 2.5 hours away from kickoff, I say in quotations, of the game. Spring game, the scrimmage here.
Don't they kick off?
They do kick off. I don't know what it is. Yeah, it should be a normal game out there today. But my question to you, though, Sip, is it a spring game or is it winter game today? Because it's about 36 degrees. The feel like is 28 degrees right now. And I told Mark before the show, if the sun is like this, it's shining, then we'll be okay. If it goes away and it's windy, it's going to be miserable out there.
Miserable.
No rain, no precipitation.
Yeah.
We're all good that way.
Yeah, look on the bright side. I don't want to say miserable, but I'll be sitting in a press box, so I won't be miserable.
You'll be 72 degrees and I guess sunny with the lights. They're kind of no wind.
There'll be a free lunch.
I
got to get to my coffee. I haven't had coffee yet.
You haven't had coffee yet?
I haven't had coffee
yet.
What
are you doing?
Well, I mean, I just buzzed down here, timed it up perfectly.
You
right?
did. You made it just in time. Actually, you were here like 6 minutes early. You're doing well.
Yeah. Good morning to you.
Good
Jay.
morning. Yeah, we see people watching us on the YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter stream. Also on channel 951 on Allo. This segment is sponsored by A1 Automotive. Always honest answers. A1 Automotive at 11th and L. All your automotive needs. It is the spring game. We've talked for all week long, the last 2 weeks about it. It's finally here. If you're looking for something to learn, is there one thing you say I'd like to learn this today or not?
Why don't we just play a little game here?
I'd like to play.
Do you want to play a little game?
Give me the game.
All right, think about it from a fan standpoint. You're going to see. Let's just do it this way. You're going to see a new center. Probably going to see your starting center today.
Ben Scott, Arizona State transfer. Ben Scott.
You're going to probably perhaps see your new quarterback. The center's going to be snapping to a new quarterback. Probably a good chance that this man will be the starter in 2023.
Jeff Sims,
right?
Georgia Tech transfer.
So right away, I mean, that's pretty important. Your starting center and your starting quarterback.
It is pretty important,
right? Flanked out, left or right, maybe in the slot, maybe wide. Could well be your leading receiver, a new player, transfer. Who's that?
Billy Kemp.
Thank you,
From
Jake.
Virginia.
So far,
Sorry, I was looking at the stream. We're good. Yep, we're good.
Yeah, you're 3 for 3. So there you go. I mean, and then you know what? Maybe even I don't know what number it is at this point, but you'll see a new running back out there, trotting out there. A sophomore who started a couple games as a freshman, blew out his knee, who we talked
Gabe
about.
Irvin.
Right.
Oh, look at that. 4 for 4. Ding, 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 ding.
So what if you
4
go
for
over
4.
there? What if you go over there? You're watching on TV, and you got a new center playing, a new quarterback, a new running back, and your new leading receiver for the third straight year. You could very well have a transfer receiver lead the team in receiving.
Well, it'd be nice. Last year the surprise, and he was awesome. Trey Palmer was such a great revelation last season. He was obviously tore the defenses apart in the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Billy Kemp can be that guy, but you're hoping to see some sign today, if it matters, of some sort of hope for the fall of a breakout type receiver. Can Billy Kemp be that type of guy?
I mean, it's different. He's a different kind of guy.
I know he's not quite Trey Palmer's type, but
not many people have Trey Palmer's speed.
No, you don't.
No, Billy Kemp's a different kind of receiver. He's probably a little more versatile than Palmer. If you watch Virginia, you'd see him line up at times at running back, or they would put him in the slot, or they'd put him out wide. I mean, he's not, Trey, you weren't going to put Trey in the backfield. This guy will run it a little bit better than Trey, probably on a reverse. Probably won't go down quite as easy. But you'll get a long look at him yourself, and you can evaluate it. And I'm not sure he'll be your leading receiver this year. Marcus Washington is the leading returning receiver for players that played last year, 31 catches last year, and he's had a good camp, a good spring, we'll call it. So, I don't know. I'm not handing that to Kemp, but I think Kemp, volume-wise, will be the guy who sees the ball the most.
There's a player that we have not mentioned for a week or two that we mentioned a lot earlier this spring that I think people should be excited to see. We haven't seen him for a long time. Is Thomas Fidone, right?
Oh, God, yes.
Thomas Fidone, we had all the hype about the top tight end in the country. He's been banged up for 2 straight years.
Yeah.
He's playing today.
Yeah.
What do you have with Fidone? We know all the rumors, we had all the hype, but can we see it actually, see that big play potential that we've all thought he could deliver?
Yeah, think about what we're looking at. New center, new quarterback, maybe a new leading receiver, and maybe a new running back. And, I'm remiss not to mention the tight end position.
Well, he's not new. He just hasn't played much at all.
He's not new, right. Eric Gilbert, however you pronounce it, you get about 7 different ways. But the Gilbert is also a guy to watch today.
Okay.
The tight end position, your favorite position, I think.
It's very important. You're right. I have prayed, I've said for years. I've prayed for years for the tight end to be used here.
You've been on your knees. Do those Sunday masses.
Yeah, Sunday mass. Yep.
Hey, I think that's a big part of today. Seeing Fidone running the seam maybe and catching the ball over the middle. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
It'd be great. And, see that big play potential that we were promised with him. And I think he's more than anybody. He wants to prove that he still has it, that we have not seen it yet.
Absolutely.
I can stay healthy, number one. Number two, when I'm healthy, you're going to get a great player.
Yeah.
And that's really important.
Well, yeah, remember when he talked to the media before spring ball, he said he wants to show he's a first-round draft pick, eventual first-round draft pick.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind that kind of confidence coming out of his mouth. So we'll see what that all looks like. We haven't talked about the defense. I mean, you're going to see new players on defense, too. Right away, you wonder about explosion on that side of the ball. Like, you think about guys like Chief Borders. What's he look like coming off the edge? What kind of Chief Borders is a Florida transfer?
That's right.
Georgia transfer, MJ Sherman. What's that picture look like? I don't know if we'll see Elijah Judy. He rolled his ankle last week in the scrimmage, and you may or may not see him. I don't know on that one, but there's a whole host of new guys on that side of the ball too.
Well, yeah, and we talked about this week also that I think that last year's spring game was really unappealing in certain ways because it was tag off, it was 2-hand touch. You can't learn anything from 2-hand touch. You can see the guys make a tackle. Are we breaking tackles? We're making solid tackles. Are guys going down easily? I know you want to avoid injury if you're a fan and you're a coach in the spring game, but you also want to see some real life football. I mean, it's just I don't want to see tag off ever again. At any time. I'm sorry. I know. I understand the reasoning behind it, but it's also like, what are we even doing?
I had those feelings too.
You're like, why am I in the stadium right now watching this?
Right. I mean,
covering this.
There was a little I thought you could learn about quarterbacks. A little. I mean, just presence and how they operate, how they manage the operation.
Mm-hmm.
But as Bill Bush has said on our show this week, if a guy knows he's not going to be tackled in the pocket, it's going to be much easier for him to keep his eyes downfield.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And but today they're going to know there's heat coming. Now, what kind of heat will there be? I want to see what kind of heat there is.
Yeah, I guess, I think, question for defensively, like you said, MJ Sherman, you mentioned Chief Borders. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, those guys.
We've heard about some changes in the secondary. Who trots out there first in the secondary for Nebraska?
Right. Well, I mean, I think you'll see Quentin Newsome at a corner for sure, but who's the corner opposite Newsome?
Right.
Who are the safeties? No, those are all big question marks. And I know we do this thing where we talk a lot about the transfer players. And the reason we're doing that is because we haven't seen much of them. We just don't. Chief Borders, I mean, he was a special teams player at Florida. What's he going to look like now when they're asking him to play regular downs? MJ Sherman kind of the same way. And there are returning players that you really want to see that you've heard about in the course during the course of the spring, apparently having good games, like Nash Hutmacher, inside player.
Big man.
Yeah,
big South Dakota man.
Yeah, big polar bear.
The polar bear.
Yeah, you want to see the polar bear make some plays.
I do.
Not just
Really
languish
do.
on a glacier eating fish. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You want to see him go get somebody.
Go attack the fish.
Yeah. So there's a lot.
Pursuit of that fish.
Yeah, there's a lot to look at. You kind of want to see how the operation of the special teams goes. The long snappers, you got new long snappers. What's that going to look like? You got the same punter, same kicker, but the operation's different. I want to see what that looks like.
We have not mentioned in the first 10 minutes here. I mean, again, a big question still with the team, which has been talked about in a good way this spring, has been the offensive line. You don't have huge numbers there in terms of a lot of guys to use, but when the bullets are flying, it's live. Tackling's happening today. Can those guys protect? I mean, at the same time, you want to see MJ Sherman, you want to see Chief Borders make an impact and get home and get to the quarterback. You also want to see your offensive line not give up those sacks at the same time. So it's like there's a happy medium here. What offensive line? I mean, do you have what would be a good day for them?
You know what it'll look like if it's a good day.
Sure.
They'll move the ball on the ground. First of all, you want to see how they are in a run block element, and then that the passing game works off that. But Matt Rhule, by the way, they have a new coach over there. Have we mentioned that? There's a new head coach over there.
Matt Rhule. Yeah, his first spring game in Nebraska, first time back in college in a couple of years since he left the Panthers.
Well, Rhule has emphasized the run game, and they want to be and I mean a conventional run game. I don't mean the quarterback run game, which will be in play, by the way. But I want to see how that conventional run game looks. Can you just line up, do a simple handoff, simple pitch, and get 4 or 5 yards? First of all, I want to see that, what the offensive line looks like in that regard. And then pass blocking is obviously critical. How do the tackles hold up against the pass rush? I mean, a lot of talk about Bryce Benhart this spring, including Matt Rhule saying he's an NFL player. That's what he is. I mean, he didn't say he thinks he can be an NFL player. Matt Rhule said he's an NFL player. Well, what's he look like in pass protection today and run blocking? There's a lot. Hey, Jake, there's a lot to think about today.
There is.
No,
I look forward to seeing Matt Rhule back in the sidelines. It's not an actual game, but something where he's coaching on the sidelines. People are watching him. I just think he's happy to be here.
I really believe
it's somebody that he's not hiding from the media. He's not hiding from Link. He told us when he got here, I'm going to be out and about, and he has delivered on that promise. Right. He's out at Stars games and baseball games and all the different sports. You see Matt Rhule everywhere. He has not. He told us that, and he has delivered on that promise.
He has the personality. I mean, it's sort of we've talked about it on our show. It's sort of an interesting conversation that cropped up. I almost think that if you're an AD at Nebraska hiring a head football coach, it can't be the deciding factor. A personality trait that's open and gregarious and comfortable with a lot of people around him. But I'll tell you something, Jake. If I were an AD in this particular market and in this particular program, I think I'd want a coach like that. Now, there's been coaches here that don't have that personality. Now, I'm not criticizing them for that. I don't have that personality.
Yeah.
So Scott Frost wasn't comfortable in the limelight. Bo Pelini wasn't comfortable in the limelight. Riley was. I thought Mike Riley liked it.
Yeah, he was out and about. Somewhat, yeah.
He
Not
was
quite
out
as
and
much.
about after he got fired.
He was. He was at the basketball game, and they applauded him. I was so confused. After he had a firing press conference, where he shook people's hands. We talked about this many times. That was the most baffling 48 hours I've ever seen.
And God bless Frank Solich, who's back here. He's back here being honored today, which is a big part of the day. But it wasn't like he was a guy that was all that comfortable with all the attention.
No,
but Rhule is. And I think fans have taken to that.
So today at the spring game, not only will you see new players, Jeff Sims, Chief Borders, MJ Sherman, and the list goes on and on, Billy Kemp, you also, like you said, Frank Solich honored at halftime, and you'll see a new Herbie Husker up there at some point today.
Oh, yeah.
All sorts of stuff coming out here today.
I think I'm going to write about that.
You should, yeah. You talk about the game. I'll talk about Herbie and new Herbie, new blonde Herbie.
I want to get an interview with Herbie.
Yeah, it's good to see. Yeah, the pictures from last night. Frank had a little get together at the stadium.
Yeah,
it was nice to see all the former players there. Jay Foreman was there. We saw pictures of Jay. AD was there also.
Yeah, I think it all went very well. It'll be nice today at halftime to see how that all unfolds. So yeah, big day over at the stadium.
It is. Spring game kicks off at 1 p.m. at Memorial Stadium. We are live at Tipsy Tina's for the A1 Automotive Spring Game Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Sip will let you bounce over to Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, I got.
Thanks for coming. Stay warm.
Yeah, thank you.
Put that stocking cap on before you go over there. Okay.
I think I will.
Okay.
I think I will.
It's been fun.
Who's coming up?
Who's coming back? Jay Foreman. Is Kenny here? Oh, no, I think Kenny's going to be DP. Jay Foreman for sure. Jay Foreman's up next.
Okay.
That's again. We're live at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket for the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show. DP, are you on with Jay? Because I got Kenny on the roster. That's what I said. Okay. DP and Jay are next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future. Starter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. StarterHeyman.com. Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Owned Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can keep the bacon-wrapped dates for the cocktail hour?
We can keep the bacon-wrapped dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe and everything in between, capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Owned Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownedheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th. Stop by for free food, door prizes with chances to win an autographed John Elway jersey and more. Check out their brand new Indian Motorcycle Boutique with the demo truck on site for demo rides all day Saturday. Over 600 machines in stock for major brands like Can-Am, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th Street for their grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With gold-class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right plays to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina is the talk of the Haymarket, and for good reason. Grab a breakfast taco on a game day morning or stop by for lunch or dinner for their huge variety of street taco options. They have everything from carne asada or chorizo tacos to shrimp or fish tacos, buffalo chicken, and more. Plus, they have more than 140 different tequilas and tons of other beer or mixed drink options. There's truly something for everyone. Make plans to stop by for any meal of the day at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Back to the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show, brought to you by F Foundation Repair.
What up? A1 Automotive Spring Game Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. This is Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. We are brought to you by EP Foundation Repair for basement, waterproofing, foundation repair, concrete leveling, and much, much more. Contact EP Foundation Repair at 402-782-4281. Austin, it's a little brisk outside.
A little bit.
But they're about to warm it up here in a few hours inside Husker Stadium. What's your feeling about the spring? Is it like finally it's here? You're excited to see what they do, apprehensive, excited to see the demeanor and the coaching style of Matt Rhule and staff, or all of the above?
It's all the above, Jay. It has to be because,
right.
I'm excited to see it. And it's 14 practices down. You got the last one here
right.
today. Put it all on the line. Put a show on. That's
right.
really what it is to some degree. Apprehensive because it's high stakes. It's Nebraska
right.
football. You've been in
right.
that building. You've been around it. If Nebraska football is low stakes, a lot's gone wrong.
Right.
Nebraska football can't be low stakes. So even in a spring like this, year one, it's important to get off on the right foot. So with the game, I'm most excited just to start to see the vision. You're not going to see it all, but what's
just
the
to see
idea
something, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, like, what can you really realistically get out of the watching this game? Are you looking for is it a button-up type of practice / scrimmage? Are you looking for improvement in like physicality, speed, athletic ability? Obviously, with 39 new players, some coming back, with 2 in the portal coming back, but again, 39 new guys, along with some of the holdovers. What are the top 2 or 3 things that you're going to look for today, and what will be your judgment? How early or how late do you see it?
So the one thing, like you said, be buttoned up, right? Be clean. That's something that whether you're a freshman or a senior, anywhere in between, you know how to not false start. You know how to not jump off sides. You know how to use your hands. And sure, you can work on it, but be clean, right? Just play a clean game, get through it without all that procedural stuff. Sure, there might be a couple bumps in the road of, communication, getting the play in, maybe not on the same page fully, with the terminology and all that.
Right.
But as much as you can, be buttoned up, be on the same page. And whatever you can take away from the game itself, I don't know. But athletically, what does the team look like?
Right.
The O-line, they said they slimmed down, so they're more athletic. Are they getting off blocks? Are they getting downfield a little better?
Right.
D-line, have they hit the weight room? Are they more powerful? Can they move bodies? Running back, I think, is going to be fascinating.
Yeah.
We've heard Gabe Irvin described as the fastest guy on the team. A.J. Allen supposedly going to play today. What does he look like in a return from injury? And then the quarterback run game. We know Sims and Harburg are big dudes that can move a little bit. How do they compare? How do the linebackers get downhill to them? Stuff like that. How do they flash athletically more than anything else?
Right. Yeah. I think, me personally, I think it's going to be, a glimpse into it to see. I mean, obviously there's going to be some attrition after this game. But I wanted to also ask you about because the quarterback is what everybody's going to, that's the easy thing, right? I wanted to ask you what position group, besides, I know you mentioned running back, what position group are you looking for to see the most improvement, right? And for me, obviously I'm biased towards the linebackers and good and bad play, but the depth, who is going to be maybe that third linebacker or that fourth or fifth in this 3-3-5, right? So, you're going to have your 3 guys that are your starters, but who are the 2 other guys that you could say, okay, well, he can play all 3 positions. This one is an outside guy, or we have, the depth that possibly could come out of a new scheme, right? A new defensive coordinator and a new opportunity that might not reared his head yet up, and if we kept it the same crew from last year. So what about you? Mine's linebackers. What about yours?
Yeah, linebackers a fantastic one to build that depth. And how are they used?
Right.
Curious to see that. Defensive back has a lot to be sorted out.
Yeah.
So see who steps up at cornerback 2 across from Quentin Newsome. What do they want to do with the safeties? Of course, the rover position. But to me, it has to be the defensive line.
Right.
We know a couple of the names. They've been on campus for a while. What have they done?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
So Ty Robinson needs to have his best year this year. And I think that starts in the spring. Nash Hutmacher, if he's going to do something, you would think now's the time to be a space eater. Buckley in the middle as well. If there's a spot where young guys can step up, I know you don't want it on the line. I know you want to be big and old and strong. But if one of those incoming freshman edge rushers has that bend, has that burst, and can get to the quarterback,
has a glimpse of being able to be a Power 5 Big Ten outside player. I think with the defensive line, the young guys, you wait and see Buckley. He's an interesting prospect where I think he doesn't know potentially where he could be in a year or 2 or how good he could be. I'm waiting to see what the win, right? There's a new defensive line coach, Pork Chop, or Pot Roast, excuse me. The Pork Chop is Corey Ross, but Pot Roast, that for teaching him the nuances of the game and maybe inspiring him. Maybe that wasn't there before. But then, as we're saying this, a lot of it does fall on the players to embrace the new opportunity, work harder, and make the most of it. So we're going to see, not only what the effect of a new coaching staff could or has done on some players and some position groups and, quite frankly, the whole team, but we're going to also see what the effect of the new coaches and opportunity has done with certain players to be more inspired and take advantage of the opportunity. Because, the easy thing would be say, okay, there's spring games last week, a couple of spring games today. The transfer portal is going to be flooded with players.
It's been open for a week, right? It's going to get bigger.
But at the end of the day, you're grocery shopping. maybe at the rotten food department. Now let's try to inject some preservatives into something that we have and make it more tangible to be, a successful, player and get better. And so sometimes going to the easy answer, the easy out sometimes isn't the right one, because if you have somebody that has talent and needs a little bit more refining, well, this is what this staff has hung their hat on: development, finding the diamonds in the rough. You see it in the recruiting class, not only the 39 that came in, some of the commits for 24, some of the commits that they've actually had in 25, or offers that they had on 25. So it's not just about recruiting in the future. No. It's recruiting, rehabbing, and refining what we have here. And if they can do that, now I think this is the first part of it. Winter conditioning, spring ball. It doesn't stop; it actually amplifies. If they can do that, then success will be coming more readily and quicker to this staff, and more steady, right? Yes. So I'm really looking forward to see what foundation pieces and what type of foundation pieces that they're trying to have. And what I mean by that is, I always go back to like Urban Meyer, right? Okay. And when he took over Ohio State, he said, all these are my guys. But he had individual meetings with some guys and said, look, normally you aren't my guy, but you're Ohio State. I'm giving you a chance to prove to me and then be a foundation player, right? So Perry, their linebacker, wasn't an Urban Meyer type of
not one of his dudes. Yeah.
But over time, he became a captain, 3rd-round pick, played 4 or 5 years in the NFL. Now he's working for Big Ten. So those are the guys that you can kind of come upon. And I always say they're like scholarships and a half, right? Sure. So it's a scholarship that they're using. Then it's another half of what you didn't know that it was in him based on your leadership. So tell me 1 or 2 guys that might be one of those players that 3 years from now, we look back and say, okay, Matt Rhule got the most out of him. He's kind of a foundation piece. And as we're recruiting guys, he's compared to them.
Man, there's so many options out there. That's
I don't even know where to start. To be honest, it's the whole team.
It really is the whole team, because it has to be. And that's why I like that he came in and said, yeah, these are all my guys, right? Not going to give up on anyone, because to your point about the transfer portal versus high school recruiting, it can be steadier if you have the guys on your roster that you put the work in, for 2 years to evaluate. Say, yeah, we see something in this guy. We like him. We brought him to campus for a purpose. Right. If you keep that guy on your roster, you still believe in him, then yeah, you should want to work with him. You should want to make him better. And then if he feels that investment from you, he should be that much more invested in the program instead of, like you said, shopping in the rotten fruit section.
Right.
Sure, there are good players available in the portal. Nebraska's benefited from that recently.
Yeah.
A couple different positions, but it is definitely more steady to put your own work in, identify what you like in a player, and stick with them. Right. As for who that can be on this roster, yeah, I have to sum it up as the whole team.
Right.
Who knows? We haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. It'll be interesting to see the interviews after the game with the players and coaches, and then also to see what come Tuesday. Maybe on Old School we have a better glimpse of this 85 or whatever. And let me tell you something, man. There's one dude, if I was a head coach, I'd cut right now. You know who that is? T. Farley. You want to know why? Because me and T. Farley have been through some battles, Austin. I mean, I'm talking about we've been where we had to dig down deep and win. National champions. You know what I'm saying?
I did.
Been there for him. We boys to the end. My man that changed the number didn't even let me know, man. So right there, right there, it lets you know, Austin. People flip on you like a coin. I still love them, though. See, look, even when Terrell Farley, my black shirt brother right here, slips off, he's still my brother, though. I'm always going to hug him. And I'm going to I want to knock him upside his head. No, I'm just playing. You know what we need, though, to be honest with you?
10 seconds for station ID. We'll be right back.
And we need some more Terrell Farleys.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey. Right. Right. The thing is, if I'm Matt Rhule, I'm calling in Terrell Farley, and I'm having him evaluate our outside linebackers in our 3-3-5. And here's why. He's a prototypical hybrid linebacker playmaker. Blitz, cover, play to run, smart, tough. Those are the guys you want to be able to have in this type of position for your defense to be successful. Because, again, when you have a Terrell Farley or Terrell Farley type or a Levante David type, Jay Foreman type, whatever you want to have in there. Those are guys that that are going to play together, not have any weaknesses, but then also not be somebody that they can game plan for and say, okay, we can run on them.
Exactly.
You can have a little bit smaller guys and at the outside position if they know how to play big. And you have to be able to coach them to play big. And
how much of that is physical? How much of that's mental?
It's both. Now, it's more mental than physical, but you got to be coached the right way, and you got to be detailed about it, and you got to be smart about it. And so if you really dive into the details, you won't have a glaring weakness if you're playing against a team like Michigan or somebody like that is going to try to come downhill at you, because you're going to know not only what your position does, what the guy inside and outside of you do, and the guy in front of you directly and on the other side to do. So then therefore you're going to be able to play faster, and your whole defense is going to be moving as a unit versus as individual pieces. That's where we were missing last year. So when you get guys like that know how to play football, love football, you'll be better. I think we got about 2 or 3 more minutes. I'm going to tell you this. I want to ask you this. How much does the elements today, because listen here, I'm cold, okay? I don't like the cold. How much does the elements today fall into the evaluation process? Because you're going to see who's going to come out here with a sweatshirt on, with sleeves on, who can catch when their hands get a little cold, or who wants to finish blocks, or who wants to get on the ground. How much you think that weighs into the evaluation process?
How much, I don't know, but I know it has to weigh in.
Right.
Because think about who we've heard from. We heard from Jeff Sims, who says the biggest adjustment still is getting used to the cold. Well, Jeff Sims, welcome to Nebraska. Welcome to Big Ten
it ain't even
football.
cold today. Last year against Wisconsin was cold.
Yeah. That's cold. I mean, the Michigan State game in the snow, that ends 9-6. I mean, it's a little brisk, but this is nothing.
Right.
I hope this doesn't rise to the level of Hoodiegate back up in the
Minneapolis.
we had. I was at that game and present for Hoodiegate, so I hope it doesn't get to that. It better not. But this is close to Big Ten football weather.
Yeah.
You're getting a taste of it. So if you're going to be out there, in long sleeves and hats and sweatshirts and everything, you better make a play.
Right.
Because if that's what you need to think you can get on the field and you're not going to make plays, you're not tough enough.
Right.
You're not going to cut it. So find a way to make a play when you're uncomfortable. Because that's what it comes down to. How many times, Jay, have we seen Nebraska get one play away? They're tired, wind's blowing the wrong way, something. There's one thing that goes against them, they don't make a play.
Yeah. And they
find a way
out.
to step up.
Right. Yeah. So this is going to be interesting. I mean, I'm sure Coach Rhule and these guys are looking at all of it. I know I am, or I would be, because not only, I think the more that you can find out about each individual player and team on April 22nd is going to allow you to play better. Was it August 30th or 31st or whatever against Minnesota? And then obviously after that. So I think today is huge about evaluating what's really inside each player.
Yep.
And you can't, you can ask them, they'll tell you exactly what you want to hear. You can be within the controlled confinements of winter conditioning, spring ball. This right here is uncontrollable. Mm-hmm. Now we're about to see who's a man or a mouse, like we used to say, and we got to get off. Listen, man, this is 10 minutes ain't long enough, so we're gonna have to extend it next time. But we are gonna pass it over.
Yeah, DP and AG.
DP and AG coming, and this is the A1 Automotive pregame show, April 22nd. Brisk baby out here like Lipton Tea. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman. Hey, it's Chilly Willy out here, but it's all good in the hood. We'll be right back.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th. Stop by for free food, door prizes with chances to win an autographed John Elway jersey and more. Check out their brand new Indian Motorcycle Boutique with the demo truck on site for demo rides all day Saturday. Over 600 machines in stock for major brands like Can-Am, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th Street for their grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Own Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can keep the bacon-wrapped dates for the cocktail hour?
We can keep the bacon-wrapped dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe and everything in between, capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Own Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Experience cool blue waters right in your backyard. All in-stock above-ground swimming pools at Bonsall Pool and Spa are now 50% off. This offer is good through the end of May or until supplies run out. Our stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new pool now. And don't forget to stock up for the season with our spring chemical sale for any new or existing pool. Learn more at bonsallpool.com or visit us at 33rd and Highway 2. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better. It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Back to the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show. Brought to you by Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, everybody, it is Spring Game 2023. I'm DP, next to me, the legend. Number 30 himself, Ahman Green. This segment brought to you by the folks from Members Own Credit Union. Your dreams, your way. Capture life's big moments with a no-fee home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersowncu.org. Number 30, what's up with you, baby?
I'm good, DP. How you doing?
Man, listen, first of all, compare this to Lambeau's cold, man. Ahman, what do we got?
This is a brisk day. That's what Wisconsin got me ready for, is the rest of life. So when I leave Wisconsin, anywhere colder, this feels like, to me, it's probably what, with the wind chill, probably like 35, maybe 40 degrees. Like for me, This is like 50 degrees up in Green Bay, 55 in a pair of shorts on. So Nebraskans, y'all got to get your skin a little thicker here. Here we go.
So if you're being if you're being recruited today, and this is your first trip in, what's going through your head?
Nothing. I mean, I was born and raised here, so I was already ready for the cold weather. So going to, like, if I took a visit to Wisconsin, I did visit Michigan.
Okay.
I did visit Notre Dame.
Okay.
So South Bend. So it was like, weather wasn't even in my mind. Obviously, if I had an opportunity to play at Miami or UCLA or USC, that would have been obviously, I mean, I looked at Arizona, a little different. I looked at Arizona, the Wildcats in Tucson, so that was an opportunity. But I was focused on football, getting my major, which was at that time computer science. I ended up switching to geography, but my mind was set. So weather was probably the last column on my chart when I was getting recruited. I was looking at the majors. I was looking at the coaching staff, the offensive scheme, defensive scheme, because I played linebacker too at Omaha Central. So this was nothing, because I knew the weather changes. Being a football player, I played baseball too. I remember hitting the baseball in 30-degree weather is no fun.
Yeah, I could co-sign that one with you, bro.
Right. So coming here on a recruiting trip as a high school senior right now, I'd be like nothing. I'd be like, I'm looking at Coach Rhule and his coaching staff and my potential. If I'm a running back coming out like I was then, I'm looking at the guys that would potentially be my teammates and looking how they run the ball today, looking how they are trying to get better, make themselves better on that football field.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see from Matt Rhule's offense first?
Well, just see, kind of get a picture of what we're going to see in the fall. Because right now we're not going to see everything. We're going to see a very vanilla and kind of their base level install of offenses and defenses and special teams. So I want to see pure execution from the offense and the defensive side of the ball. So when a play is called and things go right, that means I don't see the coaches yelling and correcting all the time. That means the play went right. And I want to see, I know in a few practices, I saw a lot of balls on the ground between center quarterback exchange. So I want to see that cleaned up, obviously. And then working on tackling, making sure they're going in defensively. The black shirt defense is going into form tackling properly. They're getting guys wrapped up on, one guy, not multiple guys. And then I want to see hats to the ball. After that one guy makes contact, that first linebacker, D-line, corner, safety makes that contact for that offensive player, then here come the rest of the hats. Because that's what I remember in practice daily, seeing these two guys, Jay and T far behind me. If I met one of them in the A gap, then everybody else was there. The whole party was coming to tackle me. So I had to get used to that. And but that prepared me for the next level in the NFL. So I knew that if one guy didn't tackle me, I knew I could pick up 5-6 yards before the whole crew got there.
We're here, Tipsy Tina's down in the Haymarket. Ahman Green, one of the greats to ever do it. AG, when you think about defensively now, right? What do you want to see on the defensive side of the ball from the Huskers to make you feel good about it?
Well, I mentioned already tackling. I want to see form tackle. I want to see wrap up tackle. One guy, if it's one-on-one action between the running back and a DB, running back and a linebacker, make that tackle defense, guys.
Scheme.
Strip the ball out, do their job. Make plays, slow the offense down. Don't let the offense pick up a yard. Make it hard on them. I mean, Charlie McBride did that to us when I was here, and he gave us no room to breathe offensively. I remember Coach Osborne would every now and then I'll ear hustle a conversation. And Coach Osborne talking to Charlie. Hey Charlie, can you give us?
Give me a look I need, man. Help me out.
Can you lay the defense back off a little bit? Can we get a first down? Something in practice. So I want to see that defense come out with enthusiasm and come out trying to prove a point about we want to get those black shirts back in here and have that label as our name again, because I respected our defense more than any other defense in college football when I was playing and even after the fact.
Is it possible to leave Memorial Stadium with everybody happy? Can something happen today that makes everybody happy?
No.
There's literally no shot.
I mean, even back then, we weren't leaving. I think we weren't making everybody happy.
Right.
And we were just in spring ball, in 95 and 96 and 97. So no, that's wishful thinking, but it's not what you're going to see as fans, because there's a lot of fans out there, a lot of opinions, a lot of eyes that want to see certain things. So from a coaching staff and from a former player point of view, look, I want to see good execution. I don't want to see a whole lot of mistakes, but I know mistakes will be made, and just go out there. And I say, if you make a mistake, as a player makes a mistake, just pick yourself up off the ground and go, then make the next best play out there they can do, basically.
Weather can't be the excuse.
Nope.
Because this is the opportunity for everybody to make their claim and stake their claim on the spot on the depth chart.
100%.
Right? But with running backs, okay, you tell me, cold weather runner. Do you cover the arms today, Armand?
No.
Do you change? Are you a little more physical or less physical today? What happened?
No arms are covered. And
see that's that Hall of Fame talker right there. The arms don't matter.
And then the defense is going to know I'm going to send a message the first play. I'm coming downhill. I'm not juking nobody. And I'm going to see if those pads are warmed up, that helmet's ready to get cracked on.
Let's see what you got.
Just wake y'all up. Because hey, we out here. I know it's practice, but we out here for at least an hour, 45. We about to get some work in, guys. And get some work out of this, make yourself better. And so that was my mentality. And these guys to my left here, they knew that. So they came ready to practice and ready to hit, basically.
I just have to tell folks, again, if you're headed down to Memorial, stop through in the Haymarket. We'll be here till 1 o'clock. Pretty much all the ticket crew is going to come through today. We'll see most of everybody here, with the exception of Bill Bush and Kenny Wilhite. Everybody else will be here over the course. AD's coming, Rat's coming, Strick's coming. We got a full day for you. Vashon and Farley are up next. You got the captain in the black shirt coming up next. But I'm on green. Listen, you see the folks coming through, and this is the beauty of Husker Nation, right? Yeah. Hold on. Catch that for your lady. Make sure we get that done. Yeah, you need one. You're already there.
Yeah.
She's got her hands. You got to catch for her, Pops. You got to have hands. Show me the hands. There we go. There we go. Through all of this, right, how good does it feel for you? Because this is personal as well. To come back to Lincoln, to be a part of a football program game day, how does it make you feel?
Man, it feels awesome. It feels awesome to be back in town. Been back since January. Got moved in the house here, and just meeting the players for what I'm doing in the club space for the esports program, and just obviously seeing faces that were here back when I was here. People in the academic department: Dennis Lavoie, Keith Zimmer, Kim. Who else? Seeing Trev, just seeing these faces, but seeing the buildings too that were here, and some of them have been modified or knocked down and rebuilt, and seeing what they're adding to the Hawks Championship Center. That's going to be a behemoth of a recruiting tool and an awesome workout facility, and then it's something that I know, talking to Trev, we'll be able to intertwine my esports program along with the traditional sports program coming over to that facility, helping them kind of open it up to the campus and open up to recruits and student body as well. So I'm very excited about what I see over there. And like I said, it feels awesome to be back home.
AG, before we get out of here and hand it over to the captain in the black shirt, the big story as much as meeting Matt Rhule and seeing this first version, the return of Coach Frank Solich.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how big is that for this program, and how big is it for today?
It's huge. I know from a fan base point of view, I've spoken with fans. I've spoken with a few assistants that were here long ago, and it's like we're trying to get the curse out of here.
Yeah.
For me, like halfway through my NFL career, I got over being superstitious. So and how I did it was I had to learn basically, just like you make a mistake, mistakes gonna happen, but then you pick yourself up, dust it off, and get ready for the next play, and try to make the next play your best play. And with that, that year, obviously, when he got let go, and then things changed when Callahan came in, and as everybody knows, as we felt, at that time, that was like the A-bomb to the program. But now you got to put that behind you. I mean, that's 20 years ago, and we got new staff. We've been having new staffs coming in. Now we have Matt Rhule staff, and they are, I say, definitely aware what the atmosphere here is in the city and in the state of trying to get this program back on track to compete in the Big Ten, because I know a lot of guys that played in the Big Ten, and I tell them all the time, if we would have walked in the Big Ten during my time, it would have been a different Big Ten, and obviously when we came in this time, it was a lot, different program. So of course I'm hearing a lot from my Big Ten teammates that I played with the Packers, I played with the Seahawks, I played with the Texans. Oh, what y'all guys doing? I'm like, look, okay, y'all getting us, we have every program. You look at the pro level down to the college, the high school level. Tremendous programs eventually have that lull. They have to do it. It's the art of it's the protocol of attrition of talent and culture. And now we're at the point, and we're at the bottom level of the foundation being rebuilt back up. And so now those conversations are going to change in the next couple of years. But I'm gonna be patient, like I've been, and tip my hat to the other teams in the Big Ten, and other teams around college football that play us, that win. And you know what? Be like, you earned it. But our time is coming.
Making a list.
I'm checking names, taking receipts.
Making a list.
I got this nice receipt list of names,
right.
And that time comes, and I'll go right by that list. I'll say, good game, handshake.
Yep, and then
I'm gonna keep stepping. I'm not gonna do all the extra, trash talking, as we call it, because it's a time well earned, and a lot of programs go through this. And now the good thing is the great part is coming back with the players and the coaches, and to see them have that success. So I'm super excited about that.
The best part of this, Amon, is the brotherhood that I've noticed around, and seeing folks come and rally for Coach Solich, come rally for Coach Rhule, and come rally for the program.
Yep.
Now it's up to the team, and today's the first day where we get to see this team and the new version of this program. It's a big day here in Lincoln. Amon Green, thank you, brother.
Hey, no problem.
It's always good stuff. Amon Green, we appreciate him coming through. Don't go anywhere. The A1 Automotive Spring Game Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show up next. Oh, my goodness. The chariot has arrived. Chris Raffinady's here. They rode up on in style, but it's the captain and the black shirt, Terrell Farley, and for Sean Jackson. Up next here, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? At Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. At Foundation Repair, we fix basements.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina is the talk of the Haymarket, and for good reason. Grab a breakfast taco on a game day morning or stop by for lunch or dinner for their huge variety of street taco options. They have everything from carne asada or chorizo tacos to shrimp or fish tacos, buffalo chicken, and more. Plus, they have more than 140 different tequilas and tons of other beer or mixed drink options. There's truly something for everyone. Make plans to stop by for any meal of the day at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With gold-class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right plays to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Owned Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can keep the bacon-wrapped dates for the cocktail hour?
We can keep the bacon-wrapped dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe and everything in between, capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Owned Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownedheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Back to the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show. Brought to you by Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits.
Oh, we got another catch. You all right? Are we back on?
Oh, we're on.
Is this thing on? Hey, man, Tipsy Tina's, we down here doing it way too big, man. Listen, wall-to-wall wine and spirits, worldwide selection, local expertise, more than 3,000 wines, 2,000 spirits, 1,500 bills, seltzers, wall-to-wall wine and spirits next to Hy-Vee on North 27th Street, Terrell. Listen, you might need a little nip for you, the clean version. For me, a little something, because it's cold. This be the first cold spring game in a long time.
Oh, man, they better warm up good out there. But, this is what they're going to be doing this year, what they haven't been doing in the last 3 or 4 years. They're hitting. So once you hit, you want to body up.
Ooh, it's nice and snappy for hitting, too.
Oh, yeah.
I remember these nice cold games. See, listen, all those guys that's coming from Georgia, where you from, you see how you all bitter. Look at this dude. Look how he looking right here. Move over here so they can see you, so that people can see you over here shivering. You don't want to show them?
I played in cold games, VJ.
Once
the body warms up, you're ready.
You might have played in cold games, but you cold right now.
Yeah, I sure am. You are too.
No, I'm not. You don't see me shivering. I got a hat on. You got a cap on. It's a difference.
With a fresh ball head.
What are you looking to see? What are you looking to see? Hold on. Let me see if I can get a Go Big Red. Go Big Red. All right. That was a small group of like 4 or 5.
I'm looking to see good old-fashioned football today. Good old-fashioned spring ball. I'm looking for some of the transfers to come in and show us what they got. I'm looking for the new defense to show pressure. I'm looking for the offensive linemen to create holes. I'm looking for them to get the quarterback safe. I'm looking for the running backs to come and destroy somebody and do everything that goes along with football. I'm just looking for a good spring game today.
Who we getting our hit stick to? Sit on down. Who's getting the hit stick of the game right now? If you had to give a hit stick of the game, who would it be, Terrell?
It has to go to Anthony Grant because he does the hitting most of the time. I'm cold. I don't want to sit down.
I'll stand up with you, but get this way.
But yeah,
come around this way.
I think Anthony Grant is going to be my hit stick because that guy is known for lowering the boom. I know Miles Farmer is a great hitter, but we got to see some new ones today.
Yeah, you said Anthony Grant as if he plays defense.
Well, he gets hits though.
Yeah, but
did you see the Purdue game? That was a hit stick.
Everything's new now.
Well, running's not new. Running the ball new.
I'm looking for Gabe Irvin.
Well, hey, look, you looking for Gabe Irvin? I'm looking for Anthony Johnson. So we on the same page, same group of running backs.
I agree. Defensive linemen. What do you want to see them do?
I want to see them get in the backfield. I want to see them push the line back to the quarterback. I want them to see get pressure, keep containment, fill the A gaps good. Do the slants right. There's a lot of things that comes with a defensive lineman, but most of all, we want to hold our ground.
Yeah, well, I just want to see a good old fashioned football game.
Yeah.
Okay. Take everything out.
Cowboys versus Redskins.
Yeah.
Something like that on Thanksgiving Day.
Boston versus the Lakers.
Oh, man.
Them classics. Nebraska versus OU. 1971 game of the century. I'm just saying, that's what we want to see. We want to see some rock'em sock'em, old school Nebraska. I can't wait to see the fullback. I think the fullback, for all of us that either played the position or understand how important that position is, we all want to see it come back. Because that guy is the guy who is the enforcer. He's the bruiser. He's the I hit you in the mouther.
Yeah.
That's the guy I'm looking for.
Well, it might be something like a hybrid tight end, though, because we only have one fullback on roster right now, unless they made a drastic change on the depth chart.
They had a fullback workout.
Well, we only signed one, though. Was it the kid from Kearney?
Well, that's the best one at the group. We'll take it.
Well,
they got to be. Somebody's got to be. It's got to be 2 or 3 guys that have said, okay, I want to go play fullback because I want to help this football team. And so I look to see the fullback position come back to Memorial Stadium and look to get a standing ovation when it does, period.
You sound good there.
I'm just saying.
All right. What is your big take you want? What are some things you want to see different today?
I want to see I don't want to see a lot of penalties. I want to see people playing fast, playing to the ball. I want to see the defense of all 11 guys flying around to the ball, tackling the ball, not just the guy. Let's tackle the ball. Let's get some turnovers. The one thing we did not do last year as a defense is go get turnovers from the other team in the way of a fumble, not just interception. Interception is great. That's cool. But when you get fumbles, it changes the complexity of a game, and that's what we got to get. Fumbles.
What thing are you looking from the quarterback standpoint? We got a lot of quarterbacks that's in a heavy quarterback room. Tell me some of the people you want to see stand out at that position today.
I mean, for me, any of those guys, I like Harburg. I don't know why his name keep popping up in my mental Rolodex, but I think the Hardbarger is getting ready to come and have a spectacular day and maybe punch his ticket into that quarterback competition.
Yeah, I'm looking for Jeff Sims. I want to see what this Georgia Tech transfer can do, what the talk is all about with his running ability. I also want to see his throwing ability because we know one thing, that Casey is out, though. Casey's out, but Casey can throw. So this is a chance for Richard Torres to step up. This is a chance for Hallberg, like we say, to step up. This is a chance for all the quarterbacks to show something today to keep this thing going, because come Monday, I think we got to get rid of some players.
Well, you got 10 spots.
Yeah.
10 people ain't gonna have a job. Now, I think they can go medical or it can still stay on scholarship and stay at the school. But if they want to play on, it might not be at the University of Nebraska. So for a lot of these guys, this is a big day to show the coaches why they should be there. Not only that, why they should still be on scholarship.
Yeah, this is one of these days, but you got to warm up good though, man. You got to come out, because if you don't warm up properly, you're gonna be out. And some of them can't afford to be out this game right here. They gotta suck it up and go full blow.
Yeah, well, here's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in seeing the guys out there that's from Georgia, the guys from Florida that's never experienced a cold spring like this. Are they going to be out there like, it's cold. It's cold outside. It's cold. Or are they going to be like, you know what? It's a perfect day to play some football. And today, if you are playing football, today, 46 degrees, overcast at kickoff, I think it'll be awesome.
Oh man, I just need a big coat and some hot
cold.
hot cocoa like we used to have.
You're cold.
Yeah, I'm cold.
You was cold back in the day though.
Yeah, I was, but once I got on the field though, I was ready to go, because it only take one or two plays for your hydrogen to get the flowing, and now you just run into the ball, and now you just making tackles, and you forget about the cold once you start playing.
Another question I have is, if you were running the ball, if you were any type of ball carrier, you could not wear sleeves. So, see, this is how I know the offense was tougher than the black shirts, because we didn't get to wear sleeves when it got cold. If it was 32 degrees, Amon Green could not put sleeves on and run the ball. He had to have nothing but skin, even if it was 12 degrees. You guys could leather up. You could put on layers upon layers upon layers and act like you're a pillow and have people bust off you. We couldn't.
Well, it starts off because on defense, you only got to do 3 and out. We don't have to do 15-play drives. So if this defense can do 3 and out every time, their day going to be easy today. But if they got to stay on the field 15 plays, it still might be great, because you're going to be warmed up then. But, it doesn't matter where you go at, just like y'all used to go in the outside, and we go in the inside, because 3 plays it out.
I know you like to think so. But against our red shirt, or those Huskers, those red shirts that you faced, it was never a 3 plays and out. It was at least a 15-play script. So it didn't matter, 3 plays and out. Okay? And 3 plays would have been goal line. Hold on, let me see. Run time. Wait, let's pack up real quick. I got to get a Go Big Red. 1, 2, 3. Go Big Red. All right, see, hey, we starting to pack up down here. I'm talking about, is this O Street? It's Q Street. Q Street, 8th.
And Q.
Tipsy Tina's.
Yes, sir.
Going absolutely arm and hammer down here. Get down here right now. You might be able to come get you a margarita, some chips, some come down. Just get down here. Enchiladas, tacos, goodies. Now, Terrell.
You hear that? Ooh,
I do hear that. You hear that?
Yeah.
I can't. What is that?
That's
what
the
is
wind.
The rumble of the noise. It's the wind. How we doing? Good, good. Go Big Red. See, I like that. Listen, it's packing up quick. When you think about the spring game, what do you think the most important part of the spring game is to a potential linebacker? What is he thinking going into this game? What's your mindset?
Well, first I want to make plays. You know, I want to solidify my position. I want to show coach that I'm that number one guy, but I also want to play safe though. You know, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to overdo it. So, you know, you have to play not cautious, but you have to play good ball. You know, you have to play technique. You gotta show this coach that you're that number one guy. So you go in there and you make tackles, have fun, and make plays, and then just, you know, if you're out of the game, you try to help the younger guys. You know, you try to help them if you see any mistakes, if you see anything go wrong. So there's a lot of things you can do, but the first thing you want to do is solidify your position.
Yeah, I know Bubba. Thomas and Lincoln. Didn't think it was too smart. You'll be a 48-year-old dude and go out there and try to go against a 22-mile-an-hour wind at 35 degrees. So we're going to wait till it warm up. We're going to be smart and do it the right way. I want to complete. I don't want to be, you know, come out here. I got a radio show to do. It was just too much and it was too cold. It was actually snowing in Omaha, Terrell. When we left, it was snowing in Omaha. So that's that. Now I get to just watch an awesome spring game. I don't have to be beat up. Terrell said I got the end of May or till May 1st.
Yes.
May 1st. That's the dedeadline.
Yeah.
To get it ran. So
yep.
There you go.
AD.
It'll
May 1st is the deadline. We can't. No, we're not running in May. We're running in April.
You all right, AD? We good? We good? Hey, 93.7. Hey. Here we go. We ready? Hey, yeah. That was quarterback. That was quarterback. We out here, y'all, throwing frisbees. Throwing DP's got frisbees. He's throwing darts. He's throwing 15-yard comebacks, slants with frisbees, with T-shirts. Don't get ran into one of those cars, though.
No.
Okay, so when you talk offense, you talk quarterbacks. I want to see Jeff Sims, right? But I just want one or two guys to say we're the top two guys. When Casey comes back, it's going to be us two and Casey. That's going to be vying for the starting spot. Because I think at quarterback position is going to be so important for us to get a signal caller that can put us in the right spots, that can put us in the right positions, and make sure that our offense is running at an optimal level.
Yeah, somebody got to step up today because, you know, besides Jeff Sims, there's no other guy that has experience in more games than Casey, you know, so, you know, we need a backup desperately for Casey, for Jeff Sims, or for both of them. You know, we can't go in there and, you know, we lose two quarterbacks and we're just a one-dimensional team. So these quarterbacks got to come up today. Richard Torres, like I said, looking to see that arm that guy got. We got frisbees in the road right there. That don't look good. So, yeah, it's just
don't stop on the frisbee.
Yeah, so, you know, it's important for these quarterbacks to have a good game today because you want to go into the fall knowing that you got 3 to 4 quarterbacks that could be able to run this team at the same pace as the starter.
There's a former Husker right there walking. Hey, don't act Banderas. Don't even try to walk past here and act like we don't know who you are, Bando. Stop it, Bando. I know who you are. I see you, Bando. You and your dad supposed to be on the radio station, sir. You and Big Bando supposed to be. You call your dad and let him know. Bando, yeah, little Banderas walking by, like we not gonna see him.
Try to turn his head.
He closed his eyes though, and he ducked down like you can't see me. Got you, Bando. Love you, brother. You walk past the captain, you're liable to get got. Now, where's Aaron Davis? That's my Aaron Davis, you know, chuckle. No, Aaron's always laughing. But anyway, you know, we talk running backs, we talk quarterbacks. I told you before, if I got to look at which group that I'm looking at the most, it's the offensive line. Okay? Yeah. I want to see those big guys up front open some holes up for some running backs that haven't been open in a long time through double-double, combo blocking, doing all the things that'll help this football team not rush and be like in the in the lower 50s, but be up in the upper 25s as far as in rushing offense?
Well, we're going to see a lot from the linemen today. They're going to wear gray jerseys, so they're going to switch positions. They're going to rotate in different spots. So that's going to be a good thing to get these guys, adjusted to different situations they have to play in. Now, Coach Rhule is a hard-nosed coach, so I guess, he doesn't smile a lot, but I'm looking for them to play great, because he's been on them all winter, all spring. Now it's time to show up.
Yeah, I know. I got to wait till I know somebody else is going to walk past here, but and then when you just look at, I look to see which coaches are going to be on which sideline. I'm really, really interested in that. Yeah, I want the same thing. Yeah, with this chicken. Yeah, we getting tacos down here. What is that? What you got?
I don't know. That's not mine, is it?
It's not. Is that a breakfast taco? That might be a breakfast taco. That looks real.
Should
good.
we eat it?
I don't know. They brought it out for us.
You sure?
I think so.
I don't know. DP.
We'll wait till the break.
Yeah. We got to go to break.
And then
Somebody said we got to go to break.
Okay, so listen. Tony Ortiz is on. What's Tony talking about? Go Big Red. Enjoy the game. I'll be watching all the way from Texas. Shout out to Tony Ortiz, a two-time national champion at the University of Nebraska. I think he was there in 95 or no?
Yeah, he was there.
Okay, he was a true freshman in 95.
Come in with me. Classmate with you. Classmate.
Tony, that's my boy Tony Montana. I think it's Tony.
Connecticut guy.
Tony's another funny guy too.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get Tony on there so Tony can do. Tony got different people. He can do different impersonations. So Tony, shout out to you, brother. We love you. Can't wait to see you. We down here now. Tipsy Tina's right now. Wall-to-wall wine and spirits. Worldwide selection. Local expertise. More than 3,000 wines. 2,000 spirits. 1,500 beers, seltzers. Wall-to-wall wine and spirits next to Hy-Vee on North 27. We are at Tipsy Tina. I'm the black shirt. That's the
captain.
Oh, dang, he got it. We mixed y'all up. Sometimes that might happen. Listen, it's game day. Spring game 2023. We'll be right back.
Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina is the talk of the Haymarket, and for good reason. Grab a breakfast taco on a game day morning or stop by for lunch or dinner for their huge variety of street taco options. They have everything from carne asada or chorizo tacos to shrimp or fish tacos, buffalo chicken, and more. Plus, they have more than 140 different tequilas and tons of other beer or mixed drink options. There's truly something for everyone. Make plans to stop by for any meal of the day at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With Gold Class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right plays to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th. Stop by for free food, door prizes with chances to win an autographed John Elway jersey and more. Check out their brand new Indian Motorcycle Boutique with the demo truck on site for demo rides all day Saturday. Over 600 machines in stock for major brands like Can-Am, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th Street for their grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Owned Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can keep the bacon-wrapped dates for the cocktail hour?
We can keep the bacon-wrapped dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe and everything in between, capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Owned Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownedheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC is great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329. Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Back to the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show. Brought to you by Elway Power Sports of Lincoln.
All right, everybody, we're back again at the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate down here in the
All right,
Haymarket.
everybody.
Hello, everybody. We're taking pictures. Picture time for all of you listening out there. We had to pose.
Drive without the main part.
This is the drive we're missing.
We're just missing Nick.
Yeah.
Missing Nick.
Everybody's crying.
Hey, have you and Nick made amends yet, man? Because y'all will be on there acting a fool together.
Well,
man.
decisions were made. Nick's not with us right now.
Bishop presents in the house.
We got a little cheerleader.
Look at the cheer. Oh, hold on, Bishop. I got to take a picture with y'all, man. Hold on.
He's taking pictures. So
Man,
we're here.
You got to get it with
Down
Bishop
in the
Berger.
Haymarket. Getting
Look
ready
at
for the
that.
spring game.
Look at Hey, sweetie. There we go.
AD.
One of the biggest Husker fans out there. The
Look at
man
that.
himself, Bishop Urban, with his beautiful baby girl, man. Bishop, where you get that outfit at, brother? Atlanta. Hold on.
Bishop, I'm going to send you these, man. This is priceless, brother. DP, take those DPs out of there.
AD doing what he does.
And for the spring game tonight, folks, I know BP's having a thing for the former players, everybody in town, over at Gravity, starting about 9 o'clock, Gravity downtown Lincoln, Nebraska. Gravity Bishop Urban Presents. We're doing that. Bishop's a long-time Nebraska supporter. Raph, it is game day, bro. It's game day.
It feels like game day. It feels like a fall Saturday.
Okay, Raph, let me ask you this, man. Would you rather it be a day like this, kind of, 42 degrees?
Yep.
Or would you prefer a day that's like about 65 with, or would you prefer a hot day, 85, hot?
So me personally would want a hot day, but me as the football guy and Matt Rhule talking about how he wants it to be like a game day, this is perfect.
Man, it's football weather right here, man.
This is Big Ten football weather.
This is Big Ten football.
He's getting a chance to simulate fall weather. So this is probably the best thing, and it's a little windy, so it's not going to be easy throwing.
You win championships in the Big Ten when it's cold, it's windy, it's unpredictable. And if you want great, good circumstances, good weather, don't be in the Big Ten. Bottom line. Big boys play big boy football, man.
So this works out perfectly.
Works out fine, man.
I mean, you got to think he's got like a wry smile on his face just thinking, how can I luck out to get a day where I can actually have Big Ten football weather?
Yeah.
So I like it, but me personally and you personally, we would prefer it to be about 75 and sunny right now.
That's only for the golf game. For the golf game, for sure, man.
And no wind.
No wind, man. No wind. But Raph, you think about this today, man. Today, like you said, this is the first time that Coach Rhule and his staff is going to see these guys. Now, obviously, they've practiced.
Yep.
They've had scrimmages that were closed, etc. But I mean, out in the stadium, there's fans, there's officials, there's TV cameras. This is a real-time game time simulation. It's basically a second game you're going to have. I mean, first game you're going to have. Seeing these guys live action. As a coach, what are some things you'd like to see? And think about this. This is his first time seeing those guys in that environment, and this is the player's first time seeing him in a coaching environment.
Exactly.
What do you want to see from a coaching perspective? What would you like to see, though?
From a coaching perspective, the first thing is communication, not just with the players and relaying plays out to the field, but also coming down from the press box. I'm assuming, with it, they want it to look like a real game, so they're going to have those people up in the boxes. I'm guessing Satterfield. I don't think they've said how they're going to be when the season starts. So Satterfield will be up in the box, but I'd work it just like that first game is going to be. So then when we get to that first game, they're not having to work kinks out. We don't have to hear at the end of the game going, well, we weren't quite prepared for that.
Right.
That, at the end of the game. They can get that knocked out today. Then come Thursday in the fall and go up against Minnesota.
From a player's perspective, now, for Rafi, think about this. This is the number that we got to keep in mind. There are 98 scholarship guys still. You have to get down to 85. All right.
Ricky.
Hall of Famer just walked up in the house. You're up at 98 scholarships. You got to get it down to 85. If you're one of those guys, do you think the players that are on the bubble know they're on the bubble?
Yes, I believe they do know that they're on the bubble. I feel that this is like back in the old days with the NFL with the 4 preseason games. This is like game 3 of the preseason. So I think there's guys that are, you hate to say it, but they're playing for their jobs today. So
absolutely,
it's going to be an interesting game just to see how it all plays out.
Well, folks, I tell you what, before we hop back in, Rap's got a quick message from our sponsors.
Do we ever? This segment's proudly sponsored by Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. Come by Elway Power Sports of Lincoln's grand opening next Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th, just south of the I-80 exit on North 27th Street. Free food, door prizes, and a chance to win a free autographed John Elway jersey. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. If John Elway shows up there, oh my goodness.
Raph, if John Elway actually showed up, you being a Broncos fan the way that you are, would you be able to keep your blood pressure down, bro?
No, not at all.
What's up, y'all? What's happening? Go Big Red. Appreciate you. Go Big Red.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town for the grand opening, and that'll probably be the time that he shows up, and he'll probably come hang out at the ticket, and and I'm gonna, you guys will all be taking pictures. I know the way this is going to play out. So I'm used to it. I'm used to heartbreak.
Well, we bring it back to the players again, how they're coming out today. And you think about this, man, if you're one of those guys that that's a starter, or even one of the guys that you're wondering if you're going to still have a scholarship, right now it's either put up or shut up. Because right at the end of the day, man, you were running a team, you were transforming a team that has not been good for the past number of years. I mean, that's just those are the real facts, those are the numbers.
Yeah.
So from a player's perspective, man, how are you coming out just like, let's say, if you're not on the ball, as a starter, what kind of tone do you want to set if you were one of the starters out there? Or projected starters?
I think you've got to play it just as seriously as the guys that are competing to be on the team next year. Just for the fact when the coaching staff came in, they pretty much said it's a clear slate. So just because you were the starting quarterback, starting I-back, starting receiver last year, that doesn't necessarily say that you're going to be the starter game one of this year. Like we've already heard rumblings, when they talked about the I-backs, it kind of sounds to me that Gabe Ervin, if it was a football game starting tailback, Gabe Ervin would probably be the starting I-back today.
Right. Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
But this is a chance for like the Anthony Grants and the AJ Allens today to have a big game, and with it being full tackle, full football, and actually playing a game, you can grade this. I mean, it's big time for the players to play. But how great is this for the coaches? It's going to give them another chance to sit down, break down tape, and watch and see how the players perform with 60,000 people in the crowd. Because I always say all the time, practices are practices, but when you actually put people and eyes watching you, it's your adrenaline rises. There's just a different feeling.
Different feeling. Raph, you talked about the running backs, and you hear a lot of talk about Gabe Ervin because the coach has been talking about Gabe Ervin.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we've also forgot about it. I'm not saying we forgot about it, but Anthony Grant was a workhorse last year.
Oh, he is.
He was a workhorse last year. And let's be honest, behind an offensive line that was not very good.
Yep.
And Anthony Grant put in a lot of hard yards last year. So you think about Anthony Grant and look at that running backs room. Think about that. Those running backs we have in there, the Gabe Ervins, the Anthony Grants, Ramir, that running back room is full.
Yep. Hey, before we do that, let's do a legal ID real quick here on the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, we're back.
Raph, as we chop out, we got about a minute left before we tap out of here, man. I'm talking about the offensive line because that has been the glare. And Coach Rhule said something about 2 weeks ago that's, because the offensive line has been maligned pretty bad. They've taken some shots. Rhule said that could be a good thing for them this year.
Yeah. From
the average fan, you're thinking, huh? But do you think about it? If he's that confident, and think about this, he's coached the offensive line quite a bit. Rhyola's still there, and Rhyola's hands were pretty strong last year. We have to admit that, pretty strong last year. Didn't know those kids very well. Did the best he could with what he had. When you hear a coach make a statement like that, it kind of gives you a boost of confidence, a little bit saying, okay, if he saw what we saw, and knowing it's fixable. What was one of the things they don't have on their bodies right now as offensive linemen?
They ain't gonna have those knee braces on.
Raph, explain why that's important, man.
It's going to give them more flexibility. You always hear all the time, low man wins. They're going to be more flexible. Their knees will be more flexible. Those braces, they're there to support. They don't want to move out of place.
Right.
They take you so they don't let you go all the way down to like a 90 degree. They keep you up. So those braces are going to be off today. If I'm watching the offensive line, and if you're watching at home or watching at the stadium, watch the get off of the ball. I'm guessing that there's going to be more explosion off the ball this year than what we've seen in previous
Minus
years.
the braces.
Yep.
The offensive line is going to be the thing that I'll be watching the most today, Raph. I'm going to tell you another thing I'll be watching, special teams.
Oh, yeah.
That has been an Achilles heel for Nebraska for a lot of time is the special teams gaffes that we have, and also discipline. You don't want to see offsides. You don't want to see a lot of holding penalties. You want to – now, granted, it is spring game, but you don't want to see a messy game. You know what I'm saying? You want to see something that shows some more discipline, that shows there's been some improvement as far as that goes. Because I can understand and accept mistakes after the ball is snapped, with an exception of late hits.
Yep.
But if there's something that happens downfield, a chop block or something of that nature, once the play gets started and it's developing, you do something.
You can live
but
with
when
that.
it's just dead ball, when you're not even moving, false starts and illegal procedures, those are the things that drive me crazy and as well as other fans crazy, because what that's shown in the past was a lack of discipline and a lack of focus.
I wouldn't surprise me if they have a false start today, if they drop them down and do push-ups right in the middle
on the spot.
And then that's what I see. I see something like that happening where they're like, hey, we're going to, if we do something wrong, there's got to be some sort of consequence. And we got to see how Tony Ortiz is listening.
Tony Ortiz.
What's up, T.O.?
Husker great linebacker. Tony Ortiz, I love you, big bro. Hey, man, and I'm loving you, little bro, with the workouts you've been getting in, man. I've been keeping up with you, man. You keep me going.
Legend.
You keeping me going, man. So Tony Ortiz also is a very good football coach down there in Texas. Works with a lot of kids down there and keeps them going. So Tony Ortiz, big shout out to you, little bro. I appreciate you, love you. And we definitely got to get you back on the show again, man. His interview was awesome.
Definitely. Well, AD, I think we pretty much got our shift in. Listen to The Drive, 8 to 10, Monday through Friday. And my prediction for the game today, the first kickoff of the game will not be an onside kick.
Folks, that's Ralph and AD. We are here, 90.7 Ticket, right here at Tipsy Tina's downtown in the Haymarket in Lincoln, Nebraska. Up next, you have the Hall of Famer Eric Strickland and Nick. That's going to be holding it down as well, folks.
Who's that Nick guy?
Who's that Nick guy?
We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th. Stop by for free food, door prizes with chances to win an autographed John Elway jersey and more. Check out their brand new Indian motorcycle boutique with the demo truck on site for demo rides all day Saturday. Over 600 machines in stock for major brands like Can-Am, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th Street for their grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina is the talk of the Haymarket, and for good reason. Grab a breakfast taco on a game day morning or stop by for lunch or dinner for their huge variety of street taco options. They have everything from carne asada or chorizo tacos to shrimp or fish tacos, buffalo chicken, and more. Plus, they have more than 140 different tequilas and tons of other beer or mixed drink options. There's truly something for everyone. Make plans to stop by for any meal of the day at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With Gold Class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right place to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street. Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Back to the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show. Brought to you by Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
We are back out here. Tipsy Tina's 8th and Q in the Haymarket. This segment sponsored by Ben Bleicher with PRG BHHS Ambassador Real Estate. Whether you're looking to buy a home or property or even to sell, call Ben and his team today at 402-419-6309. Nick Sainert, the Husker Hall of Famer, Eric Strickland joining me. Here we are, 8th and Q in the Haymarket. It's a little chilly, but we're getting ready.
Tipsy.
A little tipsy, as you would say.
Yeah. Tippy.
Yeah, it's been a great morning, great crowd on hand as well.
Nippy, Nicky.
We can say nippy, I suppose. I mean, I'm I don't want to get across the line, but it is a little nippy out here. I'm wearing just a simple quarter zip, and I'm doing okay. So it's just a little hands in the ears, but with the headset on, we're doing just fine. It's a packed house inside Tipsy Tina's. If you're not down here, make sure you make your way down here. 8th and Q in the Haymarket, Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina. Once again, Nick Sainert, Eric Strickland joining you. Stricky, although it's chilly, it feels like fall football weather because it is a little chillier.
Yeah.
It feels like Nebraska should get ready to play a game against the Wisconsin Badgers, but instead they're playing the other side of their exact same roster. I mean, how are we feeling about today?
Well, it definitely feels like that. But here's the thing. They've been practicing. They've been working. They've been competing. And now you get to kind of showcase what you've been up to, all your winter conditioning, all the time that you've been putting in the weight room, all the study that you've been putting in. Now it's time to implement. And it's like taking the test of a final. But, this isn't the final, but this is kind of the pretest of what's going to be in the fall.
Well, and as we know, I mean, there's a couple new faces. Obviously, the first one being at quarterback with Jeff Sims. There's already pictures and videos of him slinging the rock in Memorial Stadium for the first time, right?
Yeah.
And this is going to be Husker Nation's first time to see the Georgia Tech transfer quarterback, Jeff Sims. Casey Thompson not going to play today due to an injury, but here's the deal. I mean, there's a lot of potential storylines that you can look at. One of them for me, running back, right? Because you have this weird and unique running back room where it's Gabe Ervin seems to be the leader, according to this coaching staff and how they're talking about him. And then it's, hey, don't forget there's a guy in Anthony Grant in that room. There's Ramir Johnson, who was your team's leading rusher in 2021. And there's even some other guys like Emmett Johnson, who was the player of the year in the state of Minnesota out of high school.
Well, here's what's crazy about that. You've got rooms like that all throughout.
Yeah.
Like almost 15, 16 wide receivers?
I forgot to also mention A.J. Allen, who was the breakout, who eventually really felt last year like he was going to take that starting job from Anthony Grant until he got hurt. Now A.J. Allen's in that room as well. So it's like that running back room is so fascinating for me personally because, as we know, scholarship totals, they're a little bit over the limit.
Gotta get down.
There are ways to, obviously, loopholes to kind of fight through those numbers. But at the end of the day, I think Monday is going to be a really busy day in Nebraska athletics.
Here's the beautiful thing, too, about changes of coaches. And this is why it's always critical for players to be prepared, ready, because you just never know what the situation and circumstance stands
100%
from 1 year. Gabe Ervin was not really even in the mind of those of the last crew. So the ones that are there now are getting a taste of what competition is really about when a new regime comes in and takes over.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing right now. And so that's the beautiful thing I think about it as well. Now, Casey Thompson finds himself in a similar situation. The thing I hate about him is he's learning a new system.
Yeah.
So he's had the Frost system, has to learn a new system, then had Mickey take over as well. So you have all these dynamics happening, but here's the other part about it. You're hurt. So now you don't really get a chance to use this platform as an opportunity to showcase to the new coaching staff what you need to see.
And with that in mind, I mean, we're sitting there.
Legend.
Yeah, the
I get to
legend.
shake the legend's hand.
Amon Green. Nice
What up, baby?
see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Take care, AG.
All right.
So there's Amon Green, obviously, but as we were kind of talking about the injury side of things, another guy, with Casey Thompson kind of being injured, we know what kind of guy Casey Thompson is off the field, right?
Good leader.
No lack of preparation from the quarterback. No. I mean, we know that he is capable of leading this team because we saw it last year, right? If you think, I think one thing that also kind of gets overstated or overlooked, I should say, is the grind of a season last year was. I mean, when you think about it, it was a 70-plus day coaching search that this team had to go through. And I get that there's no excuses, and I think I got booed on with people that were walking by. But either way, for Sean Jackson now booing me, of course. But here's the deal. At the end of the day, it was really hard, I think, internally probably to keep this team together. They went through a lot last year. Not that it wasn't inevitable that Scott Frost was eventually going to get fired or something was going to happen in terms of coaching change. But I think it gets overlooked on how difficult it can be to keep a roster of 100 plus guys together, and where they still put competent football together under Mickey Joseph and ended up beating Iowa at the end of the year.
Absolutely. Let me throw this out at you, Nick. So as we look at this beginning of the season, this is it. This is the start of when it all capsulates in the fall.
Yeah.
What do you think the bottom and the ceiling is for this team as you look at the roster and is what you hope to see? Because you've been to practices. You had the opportunity to be inside and out.
Looking at practices, this is a talent, and Husker fans are going to crucify me for this. This is a talented football team. They have talent on their roster, and I'm saying this with full understanding that this can come across as Kool-Aid, as Kool-Aid consumption, if you will. But I'm sitting here going, you look at this team, and not even just off of recruiting classes, right? Because I'm not so concerned. I don't get caught up in the stars and all that. Although, side recruiting note, Willis McGahee, the 4th, committed to Nebraska this morning. So the Huskers got an outside linebacking commit this morning out of the Miami linebacker. Obviously, comes from great blood in Willis McGahee, the former Bronco. And so here, here we are at the.
We were going to talk about that. Hey, we don't care about what you're talking about,
Rico. Rico comes over here.
But my guy.
Rico and Austin are staring at us. But here they are. No, seriously. I mean, you're sitting here.
I take it out, my guy.
And they have a lot of good talent. I mean, this team has talent. You just got to find the right people in the building, surround them with the right people. And I think there were a couple of good coaches on this staff that aren't obviously here now. But I don't mean to just say they got the right people around them this year. Because that's unfair to the previous staff, because there were a couple good coaches on the previous staff that aren't here now. But I mean, you look at Matt Rhule's track record, you look at the talent that's on Nebraska's roster, and I think you have to say that the ceiling is, the basement, the lowest point you can go. You got to get to a bowl game. Expectations can't change in my eyes just because you switch coaches.
And here's the thing:
you still have to have program expectations.
So for me, what I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at this spring. I'm looking at the Newtown. I really want to see what the tight end room is going to look like. That's really what I want to see from top to bottom.
Man,
how they are. They look strong, athletic. They look physical.
Yeah.
So obviously, Vokalek had a tremendous season. Who's going to be able to step in and fill that void?
I
Right?
think as we hate to do. I mean, we love to do it, but also we hate to say it. The potential for that tight end room is one of the best in the Big Ten Conference, right? When you look at, and as somebody that's been in practices and I've been able to see the guys in person, right, not just on video, when you've been able to see guys like Arik Gilbert, the Georgia transfer, and when you see a healthy and now bigger Thomas Fidone, this gives you somewhat of excitement and optimism. But once again, you have to be honest with yourself and be real and say Fidone has been unable to be on the field because of injury. Arik Gilbert has suffered off the field issues at SEC schools where it's all about football, and he hasn't been able to see the field a whole lot. And so Nate Borkature and Thomas Fidone, as the depth charts came out, Nate Borkature and Thomas Fidone are going to be tight ends 1 and 1B, if you will, today. I hope to see Arik Gilbert because, man, that guy is bigger than the rest. I've mentioned it before on the various shows that Arik Gilbert, Jacob Hood, MJ Sherman, those guys that came from Georgia or else just the SEC, you could throw Chief Borders in this. They just look different. And it really, you understand when you see the guys in person at practice, in the spring game, in a game in the fall on Saturdays, you understand that SEC football and SEC bodies are a real thing.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's great stuff. Once again, we're out here at Tipsy Tina's. Come on down. It is about to get started really soon now. Less than an hour?
Yeah, less than an hour away. We're gonna go ahead and send it to break. When we come back, it'll be Rico and Austin Orman on the ones and twos here. As they shout out to Harrison back in the studio for pushing all the buttons. Once again, this segment sponsored by Ben Bleicher with PRG and BHHS Ambassador Real Estate. Whether you're looking to buy a home or property or even to sell, call Ben and his team today at 402-419-6309. Once again, Nick Sainer, Eric Strickland, we're with you. I'm going to make the 10-minute walk over to Memorial Stadium. We'll watch a little football here in this April as we're looking to get our first glimpse at the Husker football squad here under Matt Rhule as well. And the last potential time that we see them last potential time as well that we see this team and the Husker football team come out of the Northwest Tunnel as well with the Go Big project. I think that's going to change the Northeast side coming up in the fall. Let's go ahead and send it out to break. When we come back, it'll be Rico and Austin coming at you live from Tipsy Tina's 8th Q in the Haymarket. Get down here. There's a good amount of people. There's fewer than there was about 30 minutes ago because everybody's now making their way to Memorial Stadium. But make sure you're not too late. Come on down, Tipsy Tina's 8th Q in the Haymarket right here. Ticket Tailgate Spring Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is celebrating their grand opening on Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th. Stop by for free food, door prizes with chances to win an autographed John Elway jersey and more. Check out their brand new Indian Motorcycle Boutique with the demo truck on site for demo rides all day Saturday. Over 600 machines in stock for major brands like Can-Am, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Polaris, Sea-Doo, and more. New owners and new attitude. Check out Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on North 27th Street for their grand opening on April 28th and 29th.
Experience cool blue waters right in your backyard. All in-stock above-ground swimming pools at Bonsall Pool and Spa are now 50% off. This offer is good through the end of May or until supplies run out. Our stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new pool now. And don't forget to stock up for the season with our spring chemical sale for any new or existing pool. Learn more at bonzalpool.com or visit us at 33rd and Highway 2. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina is the talk of the Haymarket, and for good reason. Grab a breakfast taco on a game day morning or stop by for lunch or dinner for their huge variety of street taco options. They have everything from carne asada or chorizo tacos to shrimp or fish tacos, buffalo chicken, and more. Plus, they have more than 140 different tequilas and tons of other beer or mixed drink options. There's truly something for everyone. Make plans to stop by for any meal of the day at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With Gold Class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right plays to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Back to the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show. Brought to you by Eustace Body Shop.
Hey, welcome back to the A1 Automotive Spring Game Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, live from Tipsy Tina's. It is Austin Orman. It is Rico. We are here. We are slightly cold. This segment brought to you by Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. Trustworthy, efficient, certified. Eustace Body Shop, 6 Nebraska locations, and in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2. Austin.
Rico.
How you doing, man?
I'm great. Living the life.
We've been here for a while, just slightly chilly, getting ready for a spring game.
Speak for yourself.
What, you not?
I'm not cold. I had 2 fantastic breakfast fajitas, so I cannot complain.
I had a chorizo breakfast taco here, and if you haven't had a chorizo breakfast taco at Tipsy Tina's, first off, how dare you? And secondly, please get here and have one because they are fantastic. Also, it's a spring game. We're here. There are things happening. Just a couple updates. Quarterback-wise, I know everybody's interested. There will be no Casey Thompson. As we all know, he hasn't practiced all spring because of the injury that he suffered about partway through the season, kind of played his way through it towards the end of the season. Had surgery, has been sitting out all spring. Jeff Sims, the transfer in from Georgia Tech, will be taking the snaps from Ben Scott, the transfer in from Arizona State. And a little bit of a surprise, at least to me, although based on the way that they've been talking about this guy, it's not that surprising. Heinrich Harburg taking snaps with the number 2 center, Justin Evans Jenkins.
I did not see this coming at the start of spring. The first question Heinrich Harburg was asked was, if you don't play quarterback, what position are you going to play?
Oh, yeah.
And here he is, number 2 quarterback right now. I don't know if we can say he's the number 2 for sure because Casey Thompson hasn't practiced. So I still give Casey the leg up. But to be the number 2 in spring, to put on the show that Heinrich Harburg has, to have the coaches talking about him as consistently as they have been, that's a credit to the kid. And the future that he could have at the quarterback position.
I mean, they brought him in from Kearney Catholic thinking, he's a big dude.
Project.
He's a project. He's got some wheels. He's got a strong arm. Accuracy is a little bit of a concern with him, but that's something you can work on. That's something that you can get right. And, in a surprise to me, at least, Chubba Purdy, the guy who was handpicked by at least the last offensive coordinator, the last quarterback's coach, go Big Red, the last quarterback's coach handpicked Chubba Purdy out of Florida State. Chubba Purdy's taking snaps with the third-string center. So Chubba Purdy's still in the race, but it looks like Heinrich Harburg has taken that second spot, at least for now, as you said, with Casey Thompson not practicing. And, again, it's not a cause for concern at all because Heinrich Harburg is talented. But to me, it's a little strange just because Chubba Purdy, who was the one quarterback of the 3 last year that came into this spring with no injuries, taking snaps with the third team is a little – I don't know. To me, it's strange.
This would have been his spring to take that next step. If he proved that there was something in there.
Hey! Ohio Husker is here.
Let's go.
Little Ohio Huskers. Fantastic. Joey, Riley, what was it? Joey, Ryland, and Reeves. Hey, Ohio Husker, you guys are fantastic. Hey, go enjoy the game. Stay warm.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Don't lose any toes.
Or fingers. Or anything else for that matter.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Okay, go back. You were talking about
So, Chubba, if there was a spring that he was going to prove that he could take that next step, it probably would have been this one. I know that it's a new offense. I know that it's, a new coordinator, new scheme, some new guys around him. Chubba struggled last year for the most part. Illinois was not pretty.
No.
Minnesota, not pretty in the second half. The Michigan game, though, those first couple drives, you saw something. You saw some mobility. You saw him hit the quick, easy passes, which, again, isn't a lot, but it's a step in the right direction. You take that. And then he has that awkward slide dive thing that he tried to do. He got hurt, didn't see him again from there, so that was unfortunate. And, again, you look at his pedigree. The last offseason when Nebraska got him, and Rico, I was all on board. You get Casey Thompson in, an experienced transfer from Texas. He started, he did some good things, put up numbers in the Big 12. And you get Chubba Purdy to back him up. I mean, this is a kid whose brother has succeeded, so it runs in the family. Florida State wanted him, and again, before he got hurt, you could see some athletic flashes of, hey, there's probably something in this kid. Just wasn't able to put it together last year, and apparently got passed up by Heinrich Harburg this spring.
And Whipple wanted him at his previous stop. Where was he? Pitt? Yeah, he wanted him at Pitt. So you could see that there was some type of connection there, and he liked what he saw. So you were kind of, I don't know about expecting big things from him if things went awry with Casey Thompson, but you were expecting probably more.
Serviceability.
You were expecting that first couple drives with Michigan the entire time with Chubba Purdy. And like you said, he got hurt. He came into this spring not hurt, practicing, but it looks as if he's been overtaken by the redshirt sophomore Heinrich Harburg.
I think so. Yeah, that's right. Yes,
yes,
correct.
2 years. So it's the redshirt sophomore Heinrich Harburg, and yeah, like you said, they were asking, what position is he going to play? Is he going to be a tight end? Is he going to, be a linebacker? Where is he going to move? And now you've heard all of this talk from Rhule and Satterfield about how much they love Heinrich Harburg and how much work he's put in. And now you're gonna see it with him taking snaps with the second team offense inside Memorial Stadium. It's gonna be really interesting to see. And to me, I still you mentioned it. I still think Casey's probably battling for that number 1 spot. If it's not Jeff, it's Casey. If it's not Casey, it's Jeff. And then whoever is demoted will be the number 2. But just to see Heinrich Harburg take that step in the next in a positive direction is fantastic. Just because. I don't want to sound mean, but when they first recruited him, when they first brought him in, go Big Red. I was a little hesitant, but I could see the potential that was there, and it was a step in the direction that the previous administration decided to go with, the previous coaching staff, where they went with Heinrich Harburg, a big dude with a big arm, and then they went with Richard Torres, a big dude with a big arm. It seemed as if they were getting away from that more. Not run first, but run heavy quarterback that they had been recruiting before.
Absolutely. And that's the thing with Heinrich Harburg is he gives you the best of both worlds with the big arm, the arm talent, but also with the legs. That's a big part of what we've heard about Heinrich Harburg so far this spring is that he can do it pretty much all. He can throw the deep ball. He can run, pick up yards with his legs. I'm still, coming into this offseason, I wasn't sold on Heinrich Harburg as a quarterback. I could see the vision for it, but I didn't know if he would put it all together. And it sure sounds like he's taken steps in that right direction. And that's a testament to him, his work ethic, to the coaching staff for being there with him. And the other thing to monitor then with this is, what does the transfer portal look like? I hate to go there on the spring game. A day that's supposed to be fun, a celebration of what you did during the spring.
You got to talk about it.
You have to, because you can't have that many quarterbacks in the room.
6
Not that many on scholarship at all. So Jeff Sims is here to stay. He's here for his first year. Yep. He's not going anywhere. Heinrich Harburg seems like he's here to stay. Coaching staff has really talked him up. So then it comes down to, well, does that mean Casey Thompson's out the door? I can think of a lot of schools that would have an offer on the table for a quarterback that started for 3 years at different places and had moderate success. Even Chuba Purdy, people still continue to bet on potential, on that track record. So they'll see him and they'll think, hey, we can get something out of him. I'm not saying those guys are going to leave, but to me, they're the two most likely candidates right now.
So for me, Casey Thompson, and this is just a personal opinion, I still think that Casey Thompson, when he comes back, is going to put a legitimate scare into Jeff Sims for that starting quarterback. I think he's going to push him just because we've heard from the coaching staff that Jeff needs to be more consistent with his throws. He needs to be more consistent with the reads that he makes, and he needs to get the ball there on time, on target, and all that. And with Casey Thompson, I don't think that's a problem for him. I understand that he's had the turnover issues that he's had, but if you look at what he was coming out of high school, he was a dual threat quarterback. He got to Texas, they turned him into a pocket passer. I'm not saying that was the reason that things have gone a little awry with him, but you've seen the potential from him for amazing passing games here at Nebraska and at Texas. So I think when he comes back fully healthy, he will be able to put a push for that starting role. So I don't see him entering the transfer portal, because you also have to think, and this is just going way out on a limb, Jeff Sims has 2 years. Casey has 1.
It's true.
If Casey shows a level of consistency that Jeff hasn't shown in practice quite yet, you can go with Casey for 1 year and still have Jeff the next year. Because, like you said, he just got here. He's not leaving.
And Casey should view the job as his when he gets back. He was last year's starter until he got hurt. No one really pushed him. That's something else I'm fascinated to see come fall. What does a true quarterback competition look like? Maybe Heinrich Harburg has made it a true competition. He's in the running for number 1. I doubt it, but again, I don't know. I'm not in North Stadium, watching practice, breaking it down. So my guess is that it's still between Jeff Sims and Casey Thompson, and Casey is going to want to have something to say about it. He doesn't want to just stand on the sideline and hold a clipboard and, collect a check. I don't think that's in Casey Thompson's DNA.
No.
He's going to have something to say about this come fall.
Yeah, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be really interesting just to see what happens with that competition once Casey Thompson gets fully healthy. We do have kind of an update, kind of not an update. We have the white team and red team quarterbacks and running backs.
Oh, boy.
You interested?
Okay. I am interested.
White team quarterbacks, Jeff Sims, Chuba Purdy, Casey Thompson. Obviously, Casey will not be playing. Red team, Harburg, Smothers, Torres, and Woj. The walk-on.
Smothers not playing.
Smothers not playing. So Harburg, Torres, Woj.
Okay.
You got the walk-on from, where is he from again?
He went to IMG.
Yeah. Well, he went to IMG, but then he
from Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, and then he's
Ole
a
Miss.
walk-on here.
Yep.
So those are the quarterbacks. White team running backs. I'm going to say the white team's the first team. They have Jeff Sims as their quarterback.
That
right?
makes sense.
So white team running backs, Anthony Grant, Ramir Johnson, Gabe Irvin Jr., and Matthew Schuster.
Okay.
Red team, A.J. Allen, Trevin Lubin, Trevor Ruth, and Emmett Johnson.
Emmett Johnson's going to get some run.
So I'm guessing these aren't in the order that they will be. I'm guessing Emmett Johnson is probably going to back up A.J. Allen. But that white team running back room, Grant, Johnson, Irvin Jr., those are the running backs that I'm the most interested in seeing in this game.
Those are your dudes right there. Those are the 3 that you think are going to be the ones that get the bulk of the work so far, that have gotten the bulk of the work and that will, come fall. On the red team, though, a couple local connections. Trevin Lubin from Wahoo, Trevor Ruth, a Seward kid. And again, Jay and DP were talking about this yesterday. That's what the spring game's about, right, guys? That, sure, maybe they'll see the field. I mean, Trevor Rhule's been talked about as maybe a fullback as he transferred in from Kearney. Sure, there can be a spot for them, but that's what the spring game's for the most part, right? Get the families there, get the friends there, put on a show. That's what's fun. Guys that we'll be talking about, every year when they have a legendary spring game performance.
Spring game storylines.
Maybe we never call their name again, but maybe we do.
But they'll have that moment, and maybe at some point they'll put together something, and they'll be on a play at some point during a game, and they'll be like, oh, remember when he did that in the spring game? Now he's doing it here. Fantastic. That's exactly what we're looking for. Another position group that I'm really interested in is that tight end room. Just because of the potential 1-2 punch of Thomas Fidone, and I never know how to pronounce his first name.
It's Eric. I'm going with Eric
because it's Eric. I don't know. I'm Arik Gilbert. So
AG2.
AG2. You have those two in that tight end room, and if they can get the waiver for Arik and he's able to play this season, and if Thomas Fidone makes it through all of spring and all of fall without an injury, knock on wood, we got some wood right here. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Those two, I believe, will put together a legitimate push to be the best two tight ends or the best group of tight ends, best tight end room in the Big Ten. Because you just look at the size of those two, and you look at the athletic ability of those two. I mean, Arik Gilbert was playing like a slot receiver down at LSU his first year. Thomas Fidone, we all saw what he was able to do, being the number one tight end coming out in his class. If those two are able to be on the field and the quarterback is able to get them the ball, I wouldn't be surprised if those two have the most catches on the team.
I think that'd be fantastic. I mean, the tight end, we talked about it a little bit yesterday too. There's only like 5 difference makers in the NFL. Tight ends are a game changer in college. They can be. That hybrid, height, hybrid weight, the way they do it. And if you can have multiple of them on the field at one time, right? If Nebraska can put both guys out on the field at one time, good luck covering one of them, let alone 2 of them. The depth of that position, though, is fascinating because of the questions. Is Gilbert going to be eligible to play? Will he get the waiver? We don't know. Fidone hasn't played a full season yet, hasn't made it through without injury, and hasn't seen game action.
Maybe. Continue. Sorry.
Nate Borkacher was on the field a little bit last year, but you lose Chancellor Brewington to graduation and Travis Vokalek to graduation. You lose James Carney to the portal officially earlier this week, and you lose A.J. Rollins to defensive end.
I think that's his better position.
It can be his better position, but if Gilbert and Fidone don't pan out,
I mean, Nate Borkacher, like you said, he played a little bit last year when Vokalek went down. Nate Borkacher was your number one tight end, and although he's probably not the pass catcher. Actually, no, he's definitely not the pass catcher that Arik or Fidone is. But the way that he puts in work, being that walk-on from Aurora, the way that he works, he's able to get in there and throw some blocks. He can catch a pass or two every once in a while.
Caught the first pass in the spring game last year.
He's not going to be that game breaker that you're going to have stretching the field, but he's going to be able to get you a couple first downs. And the way that he works, he's going to be able to block for those running backs, especially if they're going more running game centric with this offense. So I'm concerned about the depth after those two, but after those 3, because Nate Borkacher, I truly believe is a solid enough tight end that he can get you through as long as you have one of Fidone or Gilbert.
I hope you're right. Tight ends are fun. Tight ends are so fun. Nebraska has especially a good recent history of them, and even if you go back through the last 15, 20 years, Nebraska has a lot of good tight ends. They're fun. They've changed games when they're used properly, when they're on the field, when they're healthy.
Okay, so we are up against it. We are going to head to our break, but before we do, the one player that you are wanting to see on the field that you think is going to put on a show.
Oh, boy. I'm going to be watching that rover position on defense just to see some of the different ways that Tony White wants to use it, that he's willing to put on film so far. Like we just got done talking about with the tight ends, kind of that hybrid like we have with Gilbert and Fidone. How does Isaac Gifford look there? Does Miles Farmer rotate in there? Because he's been at safety, he's been at quarterback. Javin Wright, is he healthy? Can he make a play? Because those are all guys that I think have that playmaking ability that we've seen in spurts. Now put it on the field. Go have a big game.
For me, it's the guy who started at the second corner about quarter of the way through the season and is now possibly going to be a safety, Malcolm Hartzog. I want to see where they put him and the impact that he has on the defense. It's funny because a lot of this offseason, people have been worried about the offensive end. People have been worried who's the quarterback, who's the running back, tight ends, wide receivers, offensive line. Not a lot of talk about the defense. Don't know if that's a confidence thing or if that's just you're not that worried about it because they have enough pieces coming back that for a pretty competent defense for half the season that you're feeling pretty good about it.
Especially with the defensive backs, we know the names, and that unit has been solid. That hasn't been, one of Nebraska's concerns. Whereas running back, haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher since Devine Azigbo. Quarterback's been up in the air for a while. Offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, have been hurt.
Yep.
So wide receiver, changing core as well. So I think when it comes to the defensive backs, I don't think we're necessarily ignoring them. I think we just know the names. We know they're going to be solid. It's just who's on the field and what combinations.
Yep, I get that. All right, so we are done here down at Tipsy Tina's, the A1 Automotive Spring Game Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. This segment has been brought to you by Eustis Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. Trustworthy, efficient, certified. Eustis Body Shop, 6 Nebraska locations and in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2. We're going to throw it back to Harrison Arns, who's holding it down back at the studio. That's going to do it for us, for Austin and myself. Have yourselves a fantastic spring game day.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine.
With laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com. There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences. with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
The Ticket Water Cooler.
Marcus Satterfield describing Harburg as a runner.
Eric Crouch was at practice today. He's a little bit bigger than, Eric was.
There you go.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
I didn't do anything. He brought Eric Crouch
I know.
up
No,
out of
I know.
nowhere.
I'm talking to Satterfield. Don't do it.
Okay, yeah.
Don't do it. We've heard this before. We've heard comparisons to Husker greats before. Don't do it.
That's right.
Just don't. Just
Yeah,
avoid that like
didn't
the
work
plague.
well, yeah. The Heisman guy over there, and he's bigger than him. So
Yeah,
I don't
this
know
guy
how
won
to
a
do it.
Heisman. This guy's bigger than him. He's got a superpower. This guy won a Heisman.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're
definitely coming back.
For sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Back to the A1 Automotive Spring Game Tailgate Show, brought to you by Tipsy Tina's.
All right, welcome back into the Ticket Pregame Show. Wrapping up in studio here. I'm Harrison Arns. Just got a little bit of time here, but real quick, do want to thank our sponsor, Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina. Great tacos, great drinks, and lots of tequila located at 8th and Q. And that tequila on a cold day like today might not be such a bad idea for some of you guys. But yeah, we got the spring game and not too far away here. There's a lot of stuff kind of pouring through the social media here. Everyone's getting ready. And, with these spring games, it's always hard to come out of a spring game with the win. You don't really want to see your defense get killed. You don't really want to see your offense get killed. You almost have to have almost a tiebreaker to almost get a win out of this, or at least see some development out of the guys. I think for this spring game in particular, it's going to be a lot more interesting. Guys are going to be live. This isn't even typical for Matt Rhule. This isn't something that he wasn't really going live at Temple or Baylor for, their kind of spring game. So this one will be interesting to kind of see how these quarterbacks run. Jeff Sims in particular, when these quarterbacks are live, that's going to add a huge element to that defense that they're going to have to account for. I mean, you look at all the times last season where Nebraska's missing their first, second tackle just by arm grabs, trying to get him around the ankle and the guy goes right by him. You got to figure that out when you're practicing live. And this game right here, it's a perfect, setup if you're Matt Rhule. He wants this thing to be as close to real as possible. Well, we got the fall weather. We're going live. We're in Memorial Stadium. Fans are still showing up. It's about as real as you can get outside of the part you're playing against yourself. So I'm really excited about this. I think we're going to see a lot of things with this Nebraska team that we kind of check off some boxes. I'm really curious about the offensive line. When they're going live, how are they going to react? Say Jeff Sims gets sacked. Are they going to put their heads down? Are they going to figure it out? Or are they going to kind of get bullied the rest of the game? Because, they lost some players. They've kind of tooled up a little bit, but it's probably still going to be a point of emphasis. So I'm really curious to see how those guys hold up. And I just don't want them to be getting shoved around by that defensive front. It looks like white is going to be the better offense, that number one offense, and red is going to be that number one defense. So some things to look out for there. But like I said, we didn't have a ton of time here with so many shows trying to get everyone in here to have their say. We're going to have to wrap it up here right now. But nonetheless, with some Hail Varsity on the way out, definitely enjoy the Nebraska spring game. And if you start getting a little cold, definitely hit up Tipsy Tina's. Get yourself maybe some tequila shots. That'll warm you up in a hurry. But nonetheless, appreciate you guys for listening. And definitely be sure to come back to the Ticket for the postgame show. We'll have DP and Bach on that one, I believe.
And who knows who else from the ticket might show up as well. But we'll talk about it later after the game, all right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and